brand new podcast. I'm going to start there again.
I don't know where that was going.
I don't know, it's coming. Right. Hello, everybody around the world, and welcome to a brand new Who Corner to Corner podcast. My name is Paul. I'm here with my good friend Geoff, and we are also joined by a very special guest. But before we tell you who that is, if you haven't read it on the little tagline with the title of the podcast, let me tell you something a little bit about him. Our special guest, for anybody who doesn't know, the Paul Spragg Memorial Short Trip Opportunity is a yearly competition put together in memory of Paul Spragg, who was a much-loved member of the Big Finish family, who sadly passed away in 2014. The competition itself is a brilliant chance for budding writers to share their ideas for Doctor Who audio stories, and if you win, if you didn't know already, your story gets made and released by none other than Big Finish. So it's an amazing way for new writers to get noticed in the Doctor Who world. The whole thing is all about sparking creativity and helping fresh voices break into audio drama. And the winner of the most recent contest, the freshest voice breaking into audio drama right now, is Mr. Luke Hollands, whose story, The Wednesday That Wasn't, and which features a 13th Doctor, impressed the judges with its combination of high concept ideas, its witty touch, and its sprinkling of grounded humanity. Welcome, Luke. Congratulations on winning the contest, and welcome again to the podcast. How are you?
Thank you very much, guys. It's an honour to be here. Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, very excited. I still haven't quite got over the fact that I have actually won it. I've sort of been doing this for many years, and it's suddenly come through this year, which is very exciting.
It's quite amazing, isn't it? I mean, how did it feel when? Because obviously you put these things in. Do you feel like you might have a good chance at winning? Or did you believe the story, or was it a total kind of shock out of the blue?
Well, it was a little bit of a shock because I've entered it. It's been running 10 years now, the competition, and I think I've entered it for maybe not every year, but near enough. I've entered it a lot, at least about 10 times. Originally, you could enter multiple times. Now it's one entry each time.
All right.
And I kind of had a sneaky suspicion this year that it was a good one. I'd had a couple in years gone past where I thought, yes, come on, it's going to do it.
This is the one.
But the thing is, the competition opens in May, and I think you have to submit by June or July, and then you don't sort of hear for a little bit longer, and then it doesn't come out until December. So it's quite sort of a long process, and it's still what's quite nice though is you keep coming back to it across the course of a year, and so I'm still getting that little buzz every now and then doing something like this. You know, it's really exciting, really special.
What was it like when you got the email come through? You know, what's the like header to it? What's the subject line? You know,
yeah. It was from Peter Angelides, who was script editing it, and it basically they say to you when you enter that they won't enter into any sort of they won't enter
correspondence. Is it?
Correspondence. That's what I'm looking for.
That's the word. It's a long word, Luke. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Many syllables.
And so you don't expect to hear from them. So when I had an email through from an actual named person rather than a generic Big Finish email address, I sort of thought, oh, hang on, this might be special. And then it came up, and I sort of read it, didn't believe it, stood up from my computer, sat down again, read it again, walked around the house for a bit, came back, sat down, and I thought, oh my God. My first thought actually was, what have I done? Like, is this... what if I can't write it? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You only submit 500 words.
Just an outline.
Right. Okay.
500 word opening excerpt and 500 word synopsis. And then so suddenly I'm like, oh my God, I've actually got to write, 5,000 words. Am I going to do this? But it was incredibly exciting, and it took me a little while to reply and go, is this real?
Was that your reply? Is it real? Or...
No, I almost did. I couldn't really believe it. Yeah, so is this a scam?
Yeah, you want my credit card number as well.
Yeah, the famous, Big Finish scam. Very targeted fan group of people. But it was an incredible email to get. It's one of the best emails I've ever got, I think.
Yeah, fantastic.
Really amazing, yeah.
And you said after you'd applied for it, or you'd entered it for quite a few years.
Yeah, I had done. Yeah, and I mean, the first years I entered, I don't think I actually read any of the sort of instructions or the guidelines.
Right.
I was putting in things you couldn't have in there. Like they basically say you can't have like recurring monsters or characters other than the Doctor and companions. And I didn't take any notice of that. I was writing all wild kind of flights.
What do they know?
Yeah, what do they know? Exactly. Copyright. Who cares about that? Yeah. So I was just entering all kinds of random things. And then I sort of got serious. And every year it would come round, and 8th of May, I think it is, every year that it comes out. And I would sort of get towards May and start thinking, oh, what's it going to be this year? What's it going to be this year? And actually, it's been a lovely like rhythm to the year of writing. And incredible, what a legacy for Paul Spragg to leave. Someone who really championed new writers, to be able to leave that legacy of kind of hope and creativity, and what a wonderful, wonderful thing. The thousands of people who must have applied over the years and have written them. Maybe they haven't got through, but they've written something else. And what a beautiful thing to champion.
You're right. And even if you enter and you don't win, because the chances are small. Hopefully it might inspire someone to go off and start doing more, whether it's fan fiction or getting into fan produced audios or whatever it might be. And I think you're right. It's a brilliant thing, really, in that it's very kind of fan focused as well, I think. So it's genuine fans of it getting involved in it, which I think is great. Yeah. So look, we'll come back to that in a minute, but I'd like to rewind a little bit and find out when you got into Doctor Who, and how that's sort of been a part of your life, and what kind of led to where you are now.
Yeah, so let me take you back, gents. Cold wet evening, 1988, October. I'm gone to bed. I'm only about 5 years old. I hear some noises from downstairs. Terrifying voices. Oh, who could they be? I climb down, look through the banister, and it's one of the episodes, I don't know which one, of Remembrance of the Daleks. And I terrify myself so much that I'm not able to even listen to the theme tune ever again. Well, not ever again, but for quite a while. Or even like see a Dalek, puts me into a cold sweat. But there's something about it that is triggered in that moment. The kind of the fear of it almost. I remember badgering my mum and saying, "What is this show? What?" Well, not as eloquently as that, 'cause I was about 5. But what is this thing?
Mama, what is this show?
Yeah, Mama, tell me, what is this television program? And I remember being in the library, and I wanted to watch more episodes as long as they didn't have any Daleks in them. That's all I wanted.
Oh, really? They terrified you that much? Yeah.
They had a VHS of The Ark in Space. And I watched that, and I think my mum was like, right, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to watch it, but you're going to watch one a week.
Oh,
cruel.
Yeah, no, great. But
that's how it was broadcast.
True.
I'll get the full feed, the full experience.
And so watched that, and they also had Brain of Morbius, and they had 5 Doctors.
Oh wow, what an introduction!
And so I watched
to the show.
all of those, and then started craving Target. When I was a little bit older, Target books obviously were great. Remember reading like Vengeance on Varys about 5 times. But it was, I'd say, remember the repeats of like 92, 93?
Yeah.
That was when
Sea Devils, Demons, and things like that. Was
Sea Devils, I remember watching. I was sitting there watching the Demons, and of course, 93 being the 30th anniversary, that kind of run. So he had 30 years in the TARDIS then, didn't he? So that was a nice little documentary and Dimensions in Time, of course.
Yes, we don't talk about that.
John Pertwee.
Well, we do, because obviously it's canon now, so there you go.
It's canon, yeah. I actually loved it. I sort of used to watch these episodes with my mum. I was like, oh my God, 2 of my favourite shows.
Blended into one 3D hallucinogenic nightmare.
I was sitting there with my little glasses free from the Radio Times.
Yeah, with Noel's house party on either side of it, and Mr. Blobby going...
Yeah,
and
exactly.
stuff.
And you had to know, didn't you? There was what ending you wanted, whether it was
oh my
Big
God,
Ron,
you're right as well.
Big Ron or Mandy.
Yeah,
was going to be the person who was in it. I voted for Big Ron.
Yeah, did you?
Loved
poor Ron, bless his toes.
But also, you had around that time, you obviously had 30 Years in the TARDIS. It was brilliant. And it's actually, when you think of the little linking clips in it, it was very much like watching New Who for me at the time. It was, an actual dramatised piece, like Nicholas Courtney running away from Autons, or recreating, also his Cybermen coming down the steps and falls and all that stuff. And also, you also had What a Time to Be Alive. You had Paradise to Death on the radio.
Yes,
well.
yes. Barry Letts with
Barry Letts,
Sarah Jane and the Third Doctor. That's right. Yeah, followed up by the Ghosts of N Space, which came along a year or two later
as well. Yeah. I know not a lot of people do like
it's
either
actually
of those.
quite an exciting time, the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing, isn't it? Because we call it the wilderness years. But actually, there was a huge amount of Doctor Who across many different media. It was amazing.
Well, my peak of fandom was from about 1989 to 1996. So literally the wilderness.
Yeah.
I really liked it when it wasn't on telly.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, that's almost similar to yours. Because Jeff, was your first story Remembrance of the Daleks as well?
No, mine was Silver Nemesis.
Ah, Silver Nemesis.
Okay.
And
the same story.
Yeah. And sort of, I've told it before on here, but you know, I must have seen it at home, but I can very clearly remember being at my grandparents in Cornwall and saying, "Can I go and watch Doctor Who?" And my dad saying no, and my gran letting me do it. And it was the last episode, and you know, I remember saying, "Oh, that seems to be the last one. That's it. It's no more." So part of me doesn't want to try to find any, of the idents that went out with it, in case it didn't actually say, that was the last Doctor, because I remember it as that. So maybe I read it in the newspaper or something, But anyway, but then. I remember seeing episodes with, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, which, like you were saying, Luke, probably the repeats and stuff. And then it sort of disappeared for a bit. And, I said to Paul, I knew nothing of Target or any of that. And then it came back with Paul McGann. Oh, I remember that. I'll watch that. This is exciting. Bought the VHS and then nothing. And then nothing else again, because I knew nothing of anything else until 2005.
Hasn't changed much.
Yeah. So it's always sort of been there, but not in that depth that it was for you guys to say. Yeah, it's funny. I just have no idea how I didn't know about Target, but I suppose if you've not dived truly into something, you wouldn't necessarily know about the other things, would you?
No, I think for me it was that was sort of the going to the library. Trying to find, I'm desperate to find something for me to read that I would enjoy. And, well, you like that VHS I got you last week? There's a book of it over here. Why don't you read that? And then they're quite nice and easy to read. And I remember just desperately reading them all and desperate to find them. I mean, kids these days as if kids are watching. But yeah, kids these days, lucky they've got it. Turn on the night, pull up any episodes when you're like, the only chance you can see this is if you get up about 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning and watch it on UK Gold.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Or a repeat that's like once in a blue moon. Or you can find a Target book in a second-hand bookshop for 50p or whatever, but you're not going to know what you're going to get.
You're right, and we've talked about that before, because the kids they don't know how lucky they are. But then saying that, my kids, I felt their pain a little bit the other day, because they've discovered Henry Danger on it's a Nickelodeon show. It's on Netflix, and it's a sort of comedy. It's like a superhero thing. They love it. It's actually quite funny. But there's a movie, and they were like, "Oh, can we watch the movie?" And I said, "Oh yeah, we'll check Netflix. It's not there. All right, I'll check Prime. It's not there either. Right, okay. Is it on Disney? Well, it won't be on Disney, no. And we found it on like Google Play or something in the end. But like, they're so used to finding everything like that, and then we couldn't find this bloody film, So they were a bit disappointed about that. And randomly, there was quite a funny bit in the the one they were watching earlier. They had an old VHS tape, and the main guy, he says, "All right, watch this." And Henry Danger takes it, and he's tapping it. He's going, where's the screen? And he turns it over where the tape wheels are, and he holds it up like that. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I see. You got to look in it like that." And I was like, "Of course they have no idea, do they? They've never seen them." Yeah.
No,
it's our technology. It's a nothing to the visit. It's they just don't understand it in the same way that we do. They never have the joy getting the pencil and running it through the spill to get the bugger lined up.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
That's the old days. That's the good old days.
Yeah.
The analog days. If only they could come back. It's all good fun. So loads of Target novels. And did you get into the New Adventures at all? Because obviously they were sort of around in the BBC books and all those sort of things.
I had a weird hiatus away from being.
You had a personal hiatus.
Personal hiatus of going away being a fan. So I had my wilderness years, effectively. Basically, I got to about 13, 14 and when.
That's what happened to you, Paul, isn't it?
I'm not sure people are
Oh,
really.
there was a moment of doubt.
There was a moment of doubt, yeah.
The
And I
disciple
remember
was
one day,
tested.
cleared away everything, all the books off the shelf, boxed them all up, put them up in the loft, said to my parents, "Don't ever mention it again." Never happened.
Yeah.
I kept the flame alive inside.
Good man.
Yeah, I kept it alive inside. I was like, I can have this as my secret passion. Yeah, I'm just not going to walk around with a Target book in the playground and on the weird side. But always, and I think it was when the new series came back, I sort of pretend was, I might watch it, maybe.
Yeah.
I might
give it a go. Yeah. See what it's all about.
Desperately sing that. Oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Let's make sure I'm free on Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because it's at university or like going out with friends, or whatever. Like, I might be a bit, a bit late. I've got a thing to do, or I've just I'm busy with work, or secretly like straight in, quick, put on the telly, listening quietly. Oh God,
fantastic.
And it was really only a large part of it was this writing kind of opportunity that inspired me to sort of really revisit the fandom that I'd loved so much, really. Because every year, obviously, you think of a story to write, and you inevitably then go and look back through, or maybe I might have to buy a Target book on eBay just to research what was that bit in some Target experiment or whatever it is. And you might have to like watch something. I'll just have a little watch of that, and then before you know it, I'm like, oh my God, 3 days in, I've watched all of like season 14 or something, and I'm there just going through it. And it's only recently, so I basically, before the new series came back, got rid of everything, all my Targets.
Really, you really did, yeah.
A pristine copy of The Wheel in Space. Maybe even had Lung Barrow, I think, at one time. Got rid of that.
Did you?
All the stuff, and I look at the stuff I had now, like the beautiful the Dalek VHS tin of The Chase and Remembrance of the Daleks, the Trial of the Time Lord VHS tin.
I hope you tell your son that the things that you the
reason he got an inheritance.
The things that he really likes now, he needs to hang on to.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, physical media, hang on to it. But I when I found out I'd won this, not long after, I was in a second-hand bookshop, and there was an entire shelf of Target books, and I went,
"Oh wow,
now's time. Come back to me." Come back. And then I was appalled that they weren't 10p anymore.
They're like 100,000p.
Yeah. So I had a bit of a hiatus. So things like the New Adventures, I did get into a little bit. I always forget, what's the Terrence Dicks one with Hitler in it? Time Worm Genesis, Exodus?
Yeah, Exodus, that's it. Yeah, well
Exodus, done. Yes, which I can remember loving at the time, thinking that was really good.
But number 2, I think, wasn't it? It was Genesis and then Exodus and then Revelation, Paul Cannell.
Yes,
I think.
Yeah. And I got into a few of them, a couple of the Missing Adventures as well.
Yeah.
But I kind of drifted away from it then. So I still haven't gone to do like the whole Eighth Doctor adventures and all of that. I'll save that for another time.
There's so much of it, isn't there? You don't need to dive in and experience all of it. You can surf around. You can surf it. You can surf, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Lava surf.
What I did buy as a cheeky little Christmas present to myself was when I was sort of in the 90s, I would pore over the 70s and 80s books. Those are 60s, 70s, and 80s. The Dundas Hat ones.
Yeah.
70s. They would give you like the story codes for every episode and all the rest of it. And I bought that for myself. And it was such like a nostalgic thing to like sit there and just flick through every page.
There's more than me out there just nodding along with you now, know exactly what you mean here. We're there with you, mate. I'll tell you that is proper fan stuff. That is, I'll tell you now. Yeah. WWW. Oh yes, that was a fine one, wasn't it? And there's people there who'll know exactly what that story is without even having to look at the book.
Don't test me. I won't be able to know.
You carry on talking. I'll just.
What is WWW?
Just, I've said it now, haven't I? Now it's going to be a third. It's going to be a third Doctor story. Come on, give us your best guess. What do you reckon?
Later.
WWW
Oh, it's not Frontier in Space? No, later.
Oh, of course, it's this one. Yeah, I should have known that. That was
Time
probably why
Monster?
I said it.
No.
Hey, no, a bit further on than that. I'll give you a clue. It's on the shelf behind me, if you can see.
Oh, I can
If you
see
can,
claws
that's
of
all gone a bit
axles there.
blurry, isn't
No,
it?
is that Invasion of the Dinosaurs?
Invasion of the Dinosaurs. It is. Yes.
It's very blurry. Even
It
my
is.
eyes aren't that good, and I sort of
No, it's gone blurry. It'll be fine on the edit. Don't worry about it. It
Yeah,
does it
yeah.
on occasions because
The
my
clack
camera's a
image.
bit knackered. So, to be honest, actually, it's better if it's blurry, to be fair. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cleared up again now. You can see the bags under my eyes. It's all this late night over Christmas. I'll tell you, yeah, it's not good till you get to my age, you know. I got to be
too
sitting down.
old.
I should be going off to bed right now. Anyways. So, anyway, let's go back on track then. So, okay, what was the kind of inspiration you had for this then? Where did this story appear? Was it piece by piece, or was it like a sudden eureka moment that you just kind of had it?
No, it was kind of piece by piece. So I always try and think towards the start of the year. I always wanted to enter this competition in May, so I was sort of always thinking of something. And literally about this time last year, I was cycling to the shops to get a pint of milk, and I lost my wedding ring.
Oh,
It was
no.
so cold. It was so cold. I got off
No.
my bike, shook my hands like this,
Yeah.
and it just went ping,
Oh, mate.
ding, ding, ding down the street. Couldn't
No.
find it. I was looking everywhere for it. Literally couldn't find it. I've now got a £20 one from Amazon.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought of the cat, Stanley. Yeah. I did ask my wife to actually put it on my finger, so as if it's
There
like
you
a
go.
real.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find it, and I was looking everywhere for it, looking and looking, and so I think that must have sparked something in the back of my mind about lost things. The lost socks,
Yeah.
TV remote. Where does all this stuff go that you can never find? And forever can't find children's socks. Go missing. Don't know. I buy like 14 of them at a time, and they disappear within 2 days.
Yeah, and then you've got like
it's
3
true.
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And and they're all
One's
lost.
gone grey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that I think that set something in the train of my mind. And I remembered from remembering The Woman Who Fell to Earth,
Yeah.
falls through the train carriage, goes to get her Sonic out of her pocket, doesn't have it. And I thought, wouldn't that be great? Maybe there's something we can base around this, like the Sonic. Maybe that goes to a lost property office. We do something about that. Only to discover that there's a Big Finish short trip, I think called The Turn of the Screw, which is it's about the 8th Doctor. Sonic has gone missing.
Oh, right. Yeah. I read that one, but
And I thought, oh God, I thought it was a brilliant idea. It was really disheartened. And then started to go through, well, maybe if it's not the Sonic, what else could it be? Could it be the TARDIS? No, that's kind of happened in the Ghost Monument. What else could it be? Could it be like Graham? Maybe he's gone missing. No, it's not going to work. I sort of started to then list down, trying my mind, like on my phone, listing down like things you would commonly say would be lost, like like a lost ball or a lost whatever, a lost afternoon. And I started thinking, a lost afternoon. What's a lost day? Maybe it could be a. And then that started a train of thought. I was like, hey, this is quite good actually. Like, what if a day is lost, an entire day turns up in a lost property office? Wouldn't that be a funny thing?
Yeah.
And then little things came to me, like, what if, what would the instructions be? This way up, do not shake.
Yeah.
It's quite a funny,
It's quite fun.
Yeah, it's a great kind of visual. Yeah, I could really kind of see that in my head,
Yeah, and then starting to think, what would happen? Would you have to go into the day? And if you go to a lost property office, quite often you have to prove that you are the one who owns it.
Yeah. What would be the person on the other side of the desk? What are they like? Obviously,
Exactly.
going to be
Yeah. I just envisage, someone being there for centuries behind this desk, curating all these items and not really wanting any of them to be let go because they're their special things that they're looking after.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it came from. There were other little bits that sort of popped into my mind. I think in there's a lovely little bit that Seventh Doctor talks about in Ghostlight, where he mentions not liking bus stations, places like Lost.
Yeah.
And that always stuck in my memory as a lovely bit of dialogue. So I've always had this sort of bubbling around, like, is there something in there that could work? And I kind of, because this year it was they wanted 13th Doctor stories, and so
that was the only sort of brief, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think obviously because they'd had Jodie and Mandip doing their brilliant audience, that they wanted to time with that. But that was fine for me because I really loved 13th Doctor. So so I started sort of delving into thinking, what are the characteristics of that period? And for me, the kind of highlight probably is Flux or Power of the Doctor. Like, I love the kind of frenetic, all over the place? Was it dealing with multiple somethings? That nature of it, that there's never a dull moment. It's flitting across. You're going between 3 or 4 stories at a time, just jumping. I really liked that. So I wanted to capture an element of that in it. And then it sort of came about as well because I thought, well, okay, this might be quite nice if I have to, instead of writing one story, why don't I write 3 little stories within one story? That might be easier, but that's not true. It didn't turn out to be. Not turn out to be easier.
Wasn't that easy then? Yeah. Especially when you've got quite a tight word count as well. So was it 5,000 words?
It's 5,000 words. Yeah. So my first draft was about 12,000.
Okay, right. That's some work.
I panicked, as I was saying earlier on. You know, I worried that I wasn't going to be able to hit the word count, and so I overwrote, just wrote and wrote.
And this is after they said they want you that you've won the competition basically.
Yeah.
And
they basically win, and they say, right, okay, now you've got to write the thing, and you've got, I can't remember how long it was, maybe like 6 weeks or something, but you factor in like work and, you know, childcare and life and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Hang on, where am I going to cram? Start to, I was like, oh God, here we go. But it was great fun to do, and the hero really of the piece is Peter Angelides, who such a brilliant, you know, he's such a brilliant script editor, but such a brilliant writer in his own right, and it was basically on call 24/7, 7 days a week. Yeah, on email or you know, message or whatever, just to come through and go, look, no pressure, but if you want to bounce any ideas off me, please do. And so it was nice to be able to share that experience really, and to work with him and for him to go, maybe you don't need an extra 2,000 words there. You could probably lose that if you want to. I go, but it's so special.
How took me 3 days to write that bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could just jump from there to there, couldn't you? Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Is it,
but it was a collection of many things that really led me to that place. And at the heart of the lead character in the story, other than the Doctor, is this woman called Edna, who has run the Galactic Lost Property office for many, many years. And I think my favourite characters in Who are those kind of formidable older women, like the kind of Amelia Ducars and the Amelia Rumfords and the Miss Hawthorns and the Beryl Reid's, you know, freighter captain from Earthshot, those kind of, the ones that like Tom Baker likes, you know, those kind of gnarly old women who wouldn't love any of his nonsense.
He quite famously got along with them all, didn't he? He loved it. He loved those movies.
Basically, wanted to behave, put an older lady on screen. I think they're the best, and I just thought, well, who better, someone like that to go with Jodie? Really.
Yeah. I think you really captured the era really well. The
very much so.
The dialogue for Jodie's Doctor, but the story itself, you know, I felt like it starts quite kind of, you know, fun and light-hearted, a little bit mysterious, but then it sort of turns a bit sort of more dramatic and a bit darker, and there's a kind of more serious, you know, and element to it, you know, with the money and the conscious, and it says no, we don't want to be used for this, you know, and it felt very fitting. I really could sort of think, yeah, I could have seen that on screen in the era for it, and so you know, for us as big fans of the era, it was like, yeah, this is like like the Big Finish audios have been a missing, you know, story from the era. So are you a fan of the era? You know, was it hard for you to write for her Doctor, or did it come quite easily for you?
No, I think everything about the 13th Doctor is sort of so well rounded and realised that she's quite not easy to write for, and nothing's ever easy to write for. But you get a sense of what she would do in each kind of situation, know how she would behave, and the funny little quips and asides that you can give to her.
Yeah, you got all of that. Yeah,
I love that. I love the era. I think she's just brilliant. I think she's just really, really brilliant. It was such a. She felt like it was doing something new with the show.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
And you know, I don't think the shows look better, visually better, before or since. You know, all the money seems to go on the screen. It looked glossy. The kind of epicness of it, like the foreign filming locations or the visual effects, the CGI stuff. It felt so like an epic, like you're watching a movie or something. Real prestige television.
I can't remember that opening shot over the high ground in Sheffield, which is kind of low key in some way, and yet it was shot. It just the lens, the lighting, everything, the cinematography, that opening shot was just
beautiful. And then
you know when Ryan's trying to ride his bike right at the very start, the woman who felt the worth, and I'm like, it just looks gorgeous, and that's before they've even gone to any locations, done any CGI work or anything like that. It's
it's the night work in Sheffield there as well. It's like beautiful.
Really
beautiful.
Freezing, and then but it's beautiful, evocative with the music as well. The change, the switch up to
Segun's music,
Segun, that's him. Well done, Geoff.
Well, I love Murray Gold, but I think Segun, I really liked his work on that, especially when you get to right at the end. But like I said, the Power of the Doctor, I think the tension that score puts in that episode is so good. It never lets up. It's constantly going and going and going.
And like his Cyberman theme is like just relentless banger, But everything you're saying is kind of what we think, and for me, it's just like that is the peak of it, and it's it hasn't and probably won't beat any of it, just for me personally,
Jeff's still in mourning for that era.
I am still in mourning.
You can't get over it.
Someone said to us the other day, didn't they, Paul? Actually, on YouTube, because we'd said, the shooty stuff, didn't really work for me, and they said, would we have felt that way if Jodie had been in those stories? And I said, well, I think she would have elevated it further, but still those stories just didn't get me the way her era did, and I stand by that. That's kind of how I feel about it.
At the end of the day,
it's interesting, isn't it? Because you think, would people who don't like the 13th Doctor have liked if you could somehow transplant her into Tennant's era or some of the stories from there, and she would fit perfectly. She's obviously quite Matt Smith-like in some respects as well. He's another favourites, and I think she just fake any story really. And I don't want to knock, the Shooty era completely, because I think I really love Shooty as a Doctor, and I think
it's great.
Stories still is in that run. I really like, but I just like Jodie really.
It's just something about it, and like you might know, we've written some fan audio dramas with her Doctor as well, and when you get a comment from someone that says you really captured her and the the family stuff, that's such a nice thing to hear, because probably like you both have tried quite hard to recreate it and hopefully have quite a good kind of grasp on her Doctor and to sort of think I can write something in the way she do it in screen, but I'm sure if Chris Chibnall listened, he'd think these are rubbish, give it up.
No, don't say that, Geoff.
Not yours. Yours is official. Yeah.
No, not yours either.
It's too kind.
Your 13th Doctor is incredible.
She's great,
Katie.
Katie.
She's got the voice. Absolutely.
She really has.
I just so Katie's been brilliant, and I'm just loading up something. She messaged us earlier today. I don't know if you saw this actually, Paul. She said, "Could you tell Luke he captured 13 perfectly? Her voice, her hope, it was amazing." And Katie, please forgive me for this. She didn't want me to say this, but she also entered the competition and didn't win. And she said she was a bit sad when she lost, but then she listened to your audio and was so happy that she lost because your story is incredible. So sorry, Katie, but I that was such a nice thing. And she has been.
She's amazing. She's a force of energy, but
but she's it's like captured the voice of the 13th Doctor, absolutely beautiful, but really well.
Conventions as well. She's on TikTok and Instagram doing all these brilliant things that I wouldn't have the bottle for. No. Mostly, do you know what I mean? So her confidence and everything is just quite extraordinary.
I've had to have 2 gins just to come on this podcast.
You see what I've had to say? Chin chin, eh?
So when the audio went into production, you had Claire Corbett reading it, who she did a great job, and Lisa Bauman,
She's
you
good. She did
directed
a
it.
really good 30th Doctor as well. Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't interrupt you there, Geoff. But
Yeah, no, but
since we're on the
yeah.
subject, her 13 was fantastic.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's it like, Luke, when you've got these kind of big Finnish names involved in what you've written? Must be a bit kind of mind blowing, really.
Yeah, it is quite mind blowing because I've written a lot of it on the notes app on my phone or in a laptop. While my son's doing something else and not really paying attention. And you write all this stuff down, not actually thinking that some human being, brilliant, actor like Claire Corbett's going to be reading it out. And that I sort of dialed into the recording.
Oh, brilliant!
And at first I thought, I was like, oh, I've already done it. This is a recording. This isn't live because it was so perfect.
Right?
And then
Yeah.
then they did a second take, and I went, oh my god, that was actually live. Hang on a second. It's like I'm listening to an audiobook I've just downloaded off iTunes or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was amazing, and Lisa Bauman was there directing. Peter Leadys was there, and asked me, sort of did a little Q&A afterwards, which was great. And the other things, I mean, like Alistair Locke has done the music suite on it, which was beautiful. You think you actually create a piece of music as well, and things like Rafe Wallbank did the cover art.
That's a great cover, yeah.
Great
It's
cover.
good, isn't it? Yeah.
With loads of little Easter eggs in there, of stuff. And my personal favourite was the sort of the film tin, which is in there, which I think is what is it? Dalek's master plan, I think, is the code that's on the front of it.
I've got to look now.
I'm just looking now. Production code something 112 1965. Yeah, and you've got the red yo-yo, which she mentions, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she did mention that. Yeah.
Is that glove on there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a cube from the Matt Smith story.
Hour 3. Yeah.
Hour 3. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it on my phone when I actually downloaded the full image of it on my computer somewhere.
There's
I
a
might have
magnet
deleted it now, actually.
on there from Doomsday, Army of Ghosts.
Oh yes, yeah.
There's
what's she got behind her upper right shoulder, like a metal sort of rock type
I haven't
thing.
got it there. There's there's a Maya Battlefield medical kit from the girl who died.
Yeah.
On there. There's the I'm going to get this wrong, but from Boomtown, Bad Wolf.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. That's
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Waveform, kinetic waveform extrapolator surfboard.
Did they send you did you see this cover before it went out, or?
Yes, I did. Yeah. And Paul's like, "I've done the cover. What do you think?" I was like, "It's obviously amazing. It's really good." And then sort of saying, do you want to try and include a couple of these elements in the story? It might be a nice thing to sort of tie it all in. So there is a bit where they're running past a shelf stack and a film canister gets exploded. And another bit where they, something's hidden in an aisle that's next to the intelligent gloves. Road. So it is nice to tie those bits in. My one regret is not being able to cram more bits like that in. More little...
Word count, Luke. Word count.
Exactly.
You got your wedding ring in there, didn't you?
Exactly. Yeah, my wedding ring there.
Yeah. So it's obviously turned up in there.
Yeah. It's there. It's turned up in the lost property office.
Immortalised. Yeah.
Immortalised, isn't it? Do you know? One of the things. I mean, there's many things that I love about your story, and one of the first things that started coming into my mind is that it felt almost like Douglas Adams. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I don't mean that like it's a copy of Douglas Adams. I don't mean that. I mean it like it had the spirit of Douglas Adams through it, and then very quickly became your own thing. And one of the things, with all of that, what I love with Douglas and with your story is how you've managed to blend that kind of humorous tone, that wit, the almost jokey kind of style, and it ties into the 13th Doctor brilliantly, and it feels so at home and so natural, as we said. But then, as Geoff said, you've also got a little bit of darkness there as well, because somebody like Edna, the curator of the Lost Property Office, who begins very much as a kind of bureaucratic archetype, right? She's just, well, you've got to have this form filled in, you've got to put in a claim, but I've already got two other claimants out there. This is just putting obstructions in the way of the Doctor, in the way that those people tend to do whenever I'm trying to get a refund for something, including a parking ticket that I shouldn't have had the other day. But still, I'm cool with that now. But we start to understand her, right? We start to get a glimpse into her life and who she is and where she comes from, and this almost like tragic history that she's had when her life could have been something else. And it's this, and this is where she's ended up. But do you know what? This is right for her. She loves it. She's great, and she doesn't want to leave it because now she's so secure. And then you kind of think, well, why is she like that? But we know why she's like that, because she's had this history. And that feeds into the story, right? Because it feeds into the vampire people. And then it also provides the fuel for the way the story's wrapped up. Luke, this is very clever stuff, my friend. I'm not kidding you. It is brilliant.
I'll pay you later, Paul.
That's right, mate. Yep, brown envelope under the table. So no, seriously, though, I mean, it's to get all of that in 5,000 words and give us the kind of, the sense of scale, the sense of wonder, the climb to the top of the volcano, the blaze spire, the high concept sci-fi stuff in that, an engineered sun within a tower, and then to sort of counterpoint that with the ridiculousness of a banana, which is pure Doctor Who, pure Douglas Adams, and it works. It's pure Jodie and it's pure Luke Hollands. It's brilliant. Honestly, I don't enthuse like this often.
No, it's true.
I'm going to make an exception in your case because it's very, very good.
It is,
I've said my piece. I will shut up now.
You're too
drink my vodka.
I did like the banana bit. I thought that was quite chuckled to myself with that.
It's really good.
It felt like
it's very spot on. Yeah.
It's also a bit of misdirection as well, isn't it? I think is it because the Doctor says that the humans share a lot of DNA with a banana, and these aliens actually even more. There's even more of an overlap, which gets the War Queen kind of thinking, oh, actually, is there something in this? But yeah, she throws it at the console, right? That's the thing, which is just fantastic. It's brilliant. I love that.
I mean, there are a few sort of. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was just going to say, what does Graham win the cruise for? Is it lava surfing or something?
A lava surfing championship.
I don't know why this came into my mind. But you remember when he wins for Orphan 55?
Yes.
And he says, so he's got a history of winning things, and he says, I've already packed my Speedos. I just picture Graham lava surfing in his Speedos. I don't know why, but I blame you for that, Luke. But
well, that's up to you, Geoff. Like, I'm not going to, people can be whatever they're into.
There's a sequel there, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but I love Bradley. Bradley Walsh's performance is very, very funny. I think it was a very smart touch to bring him on board.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. So. Have you got a favourite villain, Doctor Who villain, that you would like to write for? Because obviously, there's restrictions on this, but if things came up in the future,
if there were no restrictions and an unlimited word count.
Because I'll just ask as well, how do you pronounce the villain's name? Skithrax.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold on. Yeah. Geoff, I even wrote it down for you phonetically. Yeah. Sketrax, because it reminded me a bit of the Skith. Is it the Skithra from the Nikola Tesla episode? Yeah.
Yes.
And I did wonder whether there was going to be a little bit of a distant relative type of thing in there as well.
Yeah, maybe there could be.
Yeah,
maybe there could be.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my god, if I had to write for a villain.
You can't say Daleks.
No, my favourite, if it's a human one, if he could somehow be alive again, is Harrison Chase.
Oh, from the Seeds of Doom.
Yes, the best ever.
Plant-based millionaire.
Yeah. With his leather gloves and his green cathedral and his weird music. That is, like discordant music. It's so good. With John Chalice is in that as well, isn't he?
He is, Boise. Yeah.
Someone like that. I love that. I realised sort of fairly recently that all my favourite stories pretty much usually are probably set on Earth, I think.
Interesting.
Which is strange thing I've written this, which is across space and time. I do quite like the sort of earthbound stuff. That's strange goings on, quirky goings on. Maybe a bit of kind of an occult bit in there or something, you know.
Oh yeah. I like a bit of spooky Who. Yeah,
a bit of spooky, a bit of
spooky
Who.
Like the
It's right in that period as well, isn't it? It's the Seas of Doom, because at the end of that whole gothic, or right in the middle of that whole gothic period of Tom Baker's kind of era, isn't it? It's,
but I kind of
classics.
I mean, there's obviously one of the big things about the era, which is slightly odd, is the lack of women. So
yes, there is that. Deadly Assassin being a case in point there, where there are actually zero women that we know of.
Yeah. Which I was sort of quite aware of that. You know, trying in this story to address some of that, maybe a bit. I don't know. That's a silly thing to say, perhaps, but I love all the eras. So that was very good. Yeah.
I love all the eras. It's a good one.
I love all the eras.
I love all the eras. Yeah, and that.
I genuinely don't think there's any of it I don't particularly like. I think I could probably find something in all of it that I love.
I think there is, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think
that's how we feel.
Time is always kind to to those stories we don't perhaps get on with straight away. You know, I mean, I remember when I was growing up, I'm a little bit older than you guys. Sorry about this, but I mean, I remember
not your fault. Don't apologise.
I'm not apologising. I'm saying sorry to myself back there, for apologising. But season 17 with the Horns of Nimon, and
it's the best. I love it.
Exactly. But when I was growing up, and I started getting into fandom sort of early 80s, everything I read was telling me that this was was basically just do not even watch it, don't read the books of it, just don't engage. Let's forget about that one and move on. It's just pantomime, And I'm thinking, wow, I sort of half remembered some of those shows when I was little. I kind of remembered them, and I remember things like the Wolfweed being particularly frightening.
Oh, I mean, I didn't watch The Creature from the Pit till quite late on, because I sort of the wisdom of fandom was that it was a bit a bit now.
Yeah, we can't really trust that, can we?
It's I think it's up there in my top 5. I think I love it.
I love
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny
It's
and so good as well. It's a great story and it's got a high concept and wonderful. I love that season 17 stuff.
I mean, a lot of those season 17 stories, they do have high concept. They have some outrageous humour, some of which perhaps wasn't scripted. It's there on the set, and obviously Tom Baker's kind of he's in full flow at that point. But the comedy gives it a kind of an energy which is unique to that to those stories. And when you match them in with the high concept stuff, I mean, there's every story has something in it that is like, it's like a proper sci-fi sense of wonder kind of thing. And, it's almost like this is what I was kind of picking up on in your story, is that blend of the almost ridiculous, but it makes sense, right? Because it's not just thrown in for effect. It actually makes sense. Even the banana, right? The Doctor gives it a justification and then uses it as a weapon, which is brilliant. It's great. And the fact is, you've got the idea itself in some ways is preposterous. How would you put a day in a box? Well, actually, it doesn't matter, because the day is in the box and there's a little bit of stuff to kind of make it work. It's Doctor Who, so we can have it in stasis. So let's have a look.
Don't look at it too closely.
It doesn't matter, right? These things don't bear up on the clear scrutiny.
Come on.
But the thing is, it's almost like, because you thought outside the box, right? Because it's not just a Wednesday here and there, it's a Wednesday everywhere, universally, right? So it affects a lot of people. And because the Doctor is always at the crux of all these different crossroads and connections, that's where these stories usually happen. It's like, everything comes together in 5,000 words, Luke.
It's a big scale.
Words originally.
I need to hear that expanded.
Honestly,
it's really good.
It's fantastic. Honestly, a worthy winner. Definitely. It's so good. It really is.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
What else have you written that's come out, Luke? And obviously, I guess you've entered the competition every year, so you write, and but what else have you?
So I haven't done a lot else really. I mean, this is especially this is my first ever script for for an audio drama. For many years, I was a journalist, and I sort of work in TV now, and but in the factual side of things. So a lot of the stuff I've written over the years has been very, very factual, so rather than drama based. I did many years ago write a book which didn't sell very many copies.
Yeah.
It was sort of a young adult murder mystery, young Sherlock Holmes type thing.
Okay.
Which was published. I was wildly enthusiastic at the time, and sold a few hundreds, which was all right. And
that's all right. That's still other people reading it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's other people reading it, and even people who weren't my family. Or friends that I applied with drinks to come along to the book launch. But I don't often write any kind of don't often write drama. I'm sort of often writing factual pieces. So it's been an absolute joy. I mean, I've constantly got 2 or 3 novels on the go that I never quite finish. There's always a child to look after, or a cat that wants feeding, or work to do, and I go, oh, that's a great idea, I'll try and finish that later. I'll put it down, and then I sort of get to about 10,000 words and lose faith, don't do any more, and then start again. And I've got reams of stuff that I've written online, but this is the first really, other than my book The Song Without a Trace, things to see the light of day, really. So it's very heartening that it's come this far.
I mean, does that give you sorry, Geoff, does that give you kind of confidence to write more stuff there, and to think, well, look, so many people have loved this, it's one, there's got to be something there.
I mean, the thing I'd love to do is write more Big Finish. I'd absolutely
do they talk to you about that as a possibility? What have any of the past winners gone on to do? Have they written more for them?
I think because obviously a short trip is prose as opposed to a dramatic script. It's quite a jump to sort of move there. I think that several past winners have written more short trips and then have gone on to write their story. Obviously they don't release many short trips each year, so it takes a little while. I have put a pitch in for a couple ideas, so you never know, might be.
I mean, it must make you more visible, right? At least you kind of got that stepping stone now. It's got a
I think it's all about having calling cards, isn't it? And so
exactly that.
Calling card, so you hope that will unlock a door that might unlock another door and another door and another door. And I would love this to be the start of the journey rather than the end of it.
Absolutely.
That's interesting what you said there about this being a prose piece in a way rather than a kind of regular audio script, and it made me think a little bit about when we started doing ours. Because I've made short films and stuff in the past, and then you've got to think, right, how do I tell what's happening in a bit of dialogue and sound effects? And it takes a little while, doesn't it, Paul, to get your head around it. Where you don't want someone going, I'm now going to open the door, or whatever. But sometimes you have to put sort of semi-clunky exposition in to be able to get it across without a visual. So I found that quite a nice challenge. Having worked so much with a visual to go into the audio only side of things. So I enjoyed that.
The hard thing I think with this was that you've also only got one voice reading it out, so you can't have a lot of back and forth dialogue. You kind of want to cut down the words. I quite want to cut down the word count by taking that out, but then you can't have someone sort of having a very long conversation with themselves going, what was that, doctor? Oh yes, so you have to sort of break that up a little bit, and that was quite a tricky thing to do. And also things, you write prose, so you want to put in it sounded like this. It's but you're like, well, it's an audio drama. You don't have to tell people what it sounded like. They'll
do it for you.
And with a few sound effects, just a few little things, a few cues here and there, it sort of helps paint the picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I did have in at the beginning that there was a wheezing, groaning sound, and
well, you got to,
I want to put that in there. It's in
Did Peter take it out, did he? He says, no, because we can put the sound in. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, we'll put the sound of the TARDIS in. I was like, great.
One of these days, Luke. One of these days. When you get to novelise this in the full epic length version.
When the target comes out, yeah.
Imagine if they did that,
Maybe I'll do it on my own.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you could do, yeah. So we had a question. We haven't had this for a little while, actually, Paul, have we? So,
no, we haven't. And apologies, actually, because I should have done this sooner, is tell everybody that we were going to be interviewing you, because we normally do that and get a few more questions. But nevertheless, we got our good friend, Fraser Gregory, Champion of the Damned, coming in with a question I haven't heard for a long time.
I agree with everything he says, pretty much, whenever I listen to anything on Hamster. I think
he's good, isn't he? Yeah. They all are on that. Yeah, Geoff's been on that. They haven't invited me on it yet. But...
Yeah, no, they said they don't want you. No.
Fine, don't worry.
So his question is quarks or crotons? Not croutons.
Good question. I think
I wouldn't give him that much credit, Luke, if I were you.
No.
I mean, he asks the same question to every guest. To be fair.
I think quarks.
Oh, you think quarks, really?
Possibly, yeah. I just love their heads. Their little heads. I don't think we were talking before we came about the traitors. And if you watch that, quite often when Claudia's walking around the outside of the castle, there is a sort of various round balls, stone ornaments that look like quarks.
Yeah.
Every time I look at them.
I think there were those, what do they call them, mace or things on the end of a chain that you swing around and crack someone's head open with or something. Yeah. Was that the inspiration for the quarks, you wonder? Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Quarks are great, though. Have you noticed, have you watched The Dominators recently?
I watched it not that long ago, actually. Yeah, I love it.
Do you know what I do as well. So it's one of those underrated stories, and it's like that. So in the first episode, you got this brilliant death scene, right, where one of the expendable cast is running across the quarry. I think it's towards the end, she gets zapped by a quark, and they clearly spent the entire budget on this one effect. And it's flipping gruesome. Do you remember it? And her whole body kind of melts and liquefies, and it kind of lingers on it. It's pretty nasty, but it's the only time in that story that ever happens. So it's almost like that sells the quarks as a force of extreme monstrosity and deadly danger. And yet for the remaining 4 episodes, they just go blub, 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 trundle around a bit.
So cute. I love them.
Despite their liquefying death rate, I don't know. Protons. Protons
they've got that weird skirt around the bottom, haven't they? It's sort of like they went, we'll design the top half of the costume and then we'll just put around
cover it up with some put some Clayco foil or something.
Around it,
But that's the beauty of Doctor Who.
Oh,
and
wouldn't
we
have it
love
any
it
other way.
for it. Exactly. Right, I think it's time for our regular feature, Geoff. Do you reckon?
I think so.
Okay, right, let's hit the button. Brace yourself for this.
Right, I'm braced.
The time-space visualizer.
I can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
No, I thought you're both having a funny turn, and I'm just sitting there like, well, I don't know why I can't hear it.
Well, never mind. That's so sad it's lost.
A funny turn, Geoff.
That was a very funny
now
turn.
Play the music.
There you go. Right, so this is the Time-Space Visualizer featurette, everybody, and it is basically where we and our guest, our lovely guest, the wonderful Mr. Luke Hollands, will wax lyrical for a couple of minutes on something we have been enjoying outside the world of Doctor Who. Could be a game, could be a movie, could be a TV show, graphic novel, comic book, whatever. So let's start with our guest, Luke. What have you been enjoying outside the world of Doctor Who?
Is there anything outside the world of Doctor Who?
That's an answer. It's not the answer I was looking for, but it'll do. Ka-ching!
I can give you something else. So over Christmas, I rewatched. Do you know the Alec Guinness Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
Oh, classic, modern classic
BBC.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Every bit of dialogue is amazing in it. Alec Guinness is just incredible.
He's amazing.
It's wonderful, and it's such a brilliant period piece, just oozing with Cold War kind of tension.
Menace. Yeah,
tension. Quite a lot of the time, nothing's happening, but it's just
That's
wonderful.
the 70s.
The dialogue is just perfect, and it's just all brown, which is obviously the best colour of the TV shows we like. Beryl Reid is incredible in it as Connie, the kind of the spy who's been maligned and let go, and just that sense, just everything about it is great. I mean, the book, I love the book itself. I love John le Carré, incredible writer, incredible capture of people. But that TV series, more so than the film that came out a few years ago, which was all right in its own right, but I think it's wonderful. Every aspect of it is wonderful. And then the follow-up they did, Smiley's People, as well, was so really good. I sort of downloaded that from Amazon and watched that as well. And it felt quite appropriate to watch those at Christmas. It's sort of cold and dark outside. It's that kind of... I want some retro telly on. That's what I want. Better retro telly. Better, it's like a warm hug.
Are you quite into your spy thrillers, then? Do you like that genre?
I don't know. Yeah, sort of. I love the Bond books. Love the Bond books. Love a Bond book. And I love a bit of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. Sort of those classic British characters. I know what it is about them. The Doctor fits into that pantheon very strongly. But I know it's sort of caught up as well a bit with Slow Horses as well, which is another. I think that's kind of captured the era of
fantastic. That is
brought the kind of that wonderful. It's just another take on it. It's just a very original take, I think, but telling the same stories and the same kind of catnip to spy fans. It's just it's so good. But that the kind of the Alec Guinness. Tinker Tailor wandering around with these thick milk bottle glasses. And,
I just saw that in the pictures.
I haven't seen that show for quite a while. Actually, because it's on iPlayer now, is it? Is it on iPlayer?
It's on iPlayer at the moment, yes.
Yeah.
Quite recently.
Thinking of watching it. You might have just piqued my interest there, Luke.
It's worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. Yeah, it's a classic bit of TV drama.
I do remember enjoying it, and I've read the book, and I do love George Smiley. I think I did a thing at uni on the differences between Graham Greene and John le Carré and Ian Fleming, and how they were all kind of writing at a relatively similar period about spies within, out in the operational field, and yet all three of them treat things very differently, and it was the differences between them that I really kind of geeked out on. So I'll stop talking about that now because I'm embarrassing myself. But it was it's fun. It's good stuff. What about you, Geoff? What have you been up to?
Well, I'm going to surprise no one by having been doing more reading.
You did that last time.
Yeah, but this is issue 3. So
the blue
it's
people.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. And I've also been reading the book which covers the making of the first 3 films, and every time I read more about that, and how do you pull off something that is as insane as the way they've made that film, like the technology they developed to be able to do it all, and if you ever looked into it, it's just mind-boggling. I cannot fathom how you make these movies,
just groundbreaking technology and genius. So
basically.
So as well, with all of this stuff, which I think tends to be forgotten, is the fact that you've got to imagine it first, right? That's the thing, and I think there's a danger that we kind of take all of these wonderful CGI vistas and models and everything else for granted, and almost forget that somebody's dreamt this up. Artists, conceptual visualizers, all, and this is what is so important, I think, to so many movies and TV shows out there, is to never lose that creativity. That human touch, which just thinks, what if, like you with your story, Luke, what if, and then lets the brain just go unfettered into those realms, and then have the skills to kind of make it tangible.
It's just the creativity in it all is mind-boggling. It's just a bit amazing, and but you're right, it's like in Doctor Who, it's obviously not on the same scale, but you've got to create an alien and another world to visit, and I just think all of that stuff is phenomenal. And when people say, oh, something looks crap. Well, nobody sets out to do that. It just you didn't like it. That's what it boils down to. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know what the time constraints are. Obviously, the people, viewers don't care, but
Yeah.
the time constraints are, the budget constraints are, the fact that an actor dropped out at the last minute and you had to change it. You had to read this. It's a miracle that anything ever gets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It really is, actually.
I mean, even like reading the Avatar book, there was times in it when I was reading it and thinking, how did it even happen? Because this stuff is not working. The technology they're developing doesn't work, and then they've got to overcome it, and then there's another problem, and they're literally making it up as they go along. In this
magic.
new...
I mean, it's, how these things happen is just magic. It's just sort of weird synergy. Something happens where you have to get 1,000 moving parts working at the same time. Suddenly, it just for some things it's just.
There's that brilliant documentary on Disney about the history of ILM. Have you
that's
seen it?
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And that ends up being quite sad when, the sort of CG stuff, which, CG is also really great, but it phased out there,
the
physical prop side of things, but that's a fantastic documentary series, and there's a lot of quite good documentaries actually on Disney. Again, it's an Avatar one, but there's a really good one about the making of the sequels, and it goes very in depth on it. And there's quite a few kind of Disney focused documentaries that are really good as well about the parks and specific rides, and the Imagineering stuff as well. There's a series on that, which is I mean those guys,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, have you seen the new Olaf that they've built?
No.
He walks around unaided, talking to people, reacting live to them.
Wow,
freaky, isn't it?
No, it's amazing. I showed one of my twins who loves Elsa. She couldn't believe that Olaf was real, and then the guy pulls his nose off and puts it back on again, and it's a robot walking around, moving unaided. Someone's controlling it, but it's just amazing.
My two kids used to freak out with anything like that. They couldn't deal with having something they watch on the TV suddenly be somebody in a suit or whatever walking around in foam. It was too nightmarish a scenario. We couldn't do it. We were going to take down Peppa Pig World when they were little because it's only down the road, right? They just, no, you're not getting me down. I wouldn't. They won't go to Disney World purely because of that, because they will have trauma if they see Mickey Mouse walking up to them with his white gloved hand out or anything like that. Just wouldn't. I was
exactly like that as a kid. I could not.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Anyone dressed up like that, I was like, no, I'm gone. No, I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
My kids met Bluey and Bingo at something last year, maybe, and one of the girls said to me, "I could feel a hand in his hand." It's a person, isn't it?
That's nightmare fuel.
I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "It's a little skeleton that you felt. That's what it's, his bones,
Oh, Geoff.
Is that better, Geoff? Is that better?
I don't know.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it is, yeah.
That was
no way to bring up children.
Bones of Bluey.
It's all destination inside is what it is. Oh, it'd make an all sick, that would.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's it made me go cold now, Geoff. Thanks for that at the end of an evening.
Yes.
Do you want to know what I've been watching? I'll tell you now. Actually, talking about things that other people don't like, I'll be watching or rewatching Acolyte, Star Wars, the series that seems to be vilified through the fandom recently. I think it's polarised the fandom. There are those who adore it, and there are those who just seem to hate it.
There's things that fans don't like.
It's crazy, isn't it?
This is news to me.
Surely.
Sure, to goodness, what? But I'm very much on the side of loving it, because I loved it first time round, and I loved it even more the second time round. I think it's another one of those stories that just gives on a rewatch. It's just got layers and layers and layers. And I don't know why people don't like it. I think, okay, there may be a few continuity errors or whatever, or continuity questions, but my primary love is Doctor Who, and there is continuity problems throughout Doctor Who. So I'm perfectly okay with it. If somebody in Star Wars doesn't look like how they were referenced in a graphic novel from 1983 or something, or it's probably not quite that bad, but anyways, whatever. I thought it's a a brilliant story. And if you're listening to us on a podcast and you're a bit of a Star Wars fan and you haven't given the Acolyte a try, maybe you've been put off by what you've heard in the fandom and online and what have you. But I would say, look, if you love good stories and you love Star Wars, just watch it. Watch it for yourself, make your own mind up. I absolutely love it. I think there's a character who goes towards the dark side, and it's a very layered journey. It's not an easy suddenly you will be called Darth Vader kind of thing. Jeff, behave yourself. Am I like this when he talks about Avatar? Honestly,
Yes.
no. I gave you minutes last time even. Anyway, you've upset me now, so I'm not going to talk about it. It's a brilliant story, fabulous series.
I saw you talking about it online, yeah. How good it was, yeah.
Rude. I'm offended now every time he does this. As soon as I start talking about Star Wars,
When's Mandalorian and Grogu out? I want to see that.
soon, I think. Yeah, this year, later this year. Yeah. Have you watched much of the Mandalorian though? Have you seen all of that series? Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of that. Skip the irrelevant Book of Boba Fett. Watch the Grogu ones.
No, but Book of Boba Fett isn't irrelevant. There's a massive part of that which is actually to do with the Mandalorian.
Yeah, no, I
watched with Boba Fett.
I watched those ones. Yeah, when they got reunited. I don't care unless it's Grogu and Mando.
You just like the cute Baby Yoda, don't you?
No, well, I think he's really good. But I really like that kind of father-son relationship, and I only watched it because people were making such a fuss about it. That I thought actually this is really good, and I found it really quite moving between the two of them. And
here we go.
You got the new one, but I thought it was a great thing. But that's really the only Star Wars I'm particularly bothered about. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. See, there's something for everybody, even on that. You much of a Star Wars fan, Luke? Are you name like Luke.
You could see above you.
Look at that Millennium Falcon.
Falcon. My son is more into it than I am, and I love it. Originals, and one winter we made a cardboard Millennium Falcon, which is there's also just to the right of it or left of it. There's the Blue Tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters, which is.
I haven't watched that yet. Jeff's a fan of that, isn't you?
Yeah, my kids like that, and if I move my thing, you can see a little Rumi.
I love
there
it.
She is. Yeah,
there's all these sort of memes online of dads sitting down to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, and going, "What's this rubbish?" And then
I put myself around to watch it.
Doing the dances in drag, kind of doing everything. I'm like, that's me. I've literally now I go to everyone with me. I'm like, "Have you watched it? It's actually quite good.
Yeah.
You should."
So my kids watched it, and I was like, I think I'll watch this one evening just to sort of see what the fuss is about, so I could tell them I'd watched it.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I was like, Christ, this is really good. Not only are the songs banging, but it's really, really well choreographed and shot, like the dancing and the fighting. I mean, that fight in the bathhouse is absolutely brilliant. But then, you got a love story and a kind of tragic backstory and stuff like that. Just a great film.
It's
brilliant. It's so good. My kids all love it. My son's bought himself a poster of it. The girls listen to the music on repeat all the time.
Soul destroying.
Do you know what? After all these months,
like it,
I'm still not tired of hearing the songs, and neither are they. And I genuinely think it's a superb film. The animation, the design, the music.
Every time we talk about this, you say I find myself wanting to watch it.
I'm going to sell it as well.
But then I'll go downstairs, I'll look at it, and I'll just look at the thumbnail and think, I'm not watching that. I just can't bring myself
initially,
to press play.
I was probably a bit like, this is silly, but I love the way it switches from kind of standard, high quality animation to like live action kind of animated like manga type stuff with the sweet corn eyes and the popcorn coming everywhere when they see the hunky guy and the fangs and all of that stuff. It's just it's so good. Brilliant.
It's crazy that they didn't capitalize on it more. I don't know whether it was going to be a hit or whatever, but
I didn't think it was. They didn't think it was going to do anything. Hence why there's basically no toys. There's only the Funko Pops. Father Christmas bought one of my girls, one of the Zoe ones, but they were saying the other day we'd like a doll of them, And I said, well, there aren't any. Mattel, you might have seen it, Luke. You could pre-order the three of them, but it was like 170 quid or something. They were clearly aimed at adults, But I'm hoping that in the next couple of months there'll be some, action figures, and they want a plush of them and stuff. Yeah, but they've quite clearly underestimated it. And
that's why I've got a big head of Derpy the Tiger, is because I had to make it out of cardboard boxes and paint it for Halloween. Someone to go to Halloween. So that's really good. There with the glue gun, furiously, do my Blue Peter impression.
Yeah. So that Millennium Falcon, it's not from a kit or anything. You literally carved it out of cardboard and stuck the bits together and everything.
Hang on, I'll get it down. Hang on.
Go on.
This isn't going to make much sense to people who are listening, but
yeah. Come on,
Luke reaches for his cardboard Millennium Falcon from the bookshelf behind him. He brings it towards the camera and places. Oh, it's big.
It's big. Yeah, wow.
Wow, that's really good. Hey, mate, that's awesome.
That is fantastic. I'm going to ask you to get down Derpy as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll put it on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Does his tongue come out?
So this is the K-pop Demon Hunter Blue Cat. Again, that's a big. Yeah. What is it, like a helmet? Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Careful you don't knock any pots.
That's brilliant.
Don't knock any pots over when you got it on.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
My good Lord.
I won't open it up, but here he is. Yeah. So
that is really good. That is
tape. It's a blue cat, a blue tiger.
Made out of cardboard.
Yeah, that is really good.
Painted. Yeah, that's brilliant. Wow.
My dream was to be a Blue Peter presenter, so I'm kind of living.
Do you know what? We were just talking with the kids about World Book Day earlier. What they might want to go out. So I might have to get you to put something together for me.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what we're going to do this year, but it's every year. It's like, oh God, I've got to think of something now. Got to get a costume to go.
And mine always, like, Phoebe will go, can I go as Elsa? Well, not really, 'cause it's not a book.
It's not a book, Let's talk about the difference between the book and the movie. What about George Smiley?
Yes, exactly. Sort of little 8-year-old with an overcoat.
Just as George Smiley.
We had about, the classic thing with the school. They sent through a text message saying, oh, don't forget it's so-and-so day to dress up tomorrow. And one last term was dress up as the River Thames.
How'd you do that?
The River Thames.
They were doing something in history. It was something they were doing about the Fire of London. They had to come in as the River Thames.
Oh, yes, I've done that, yeah.
This was a friend of mine. She came up with this brilliant brainwave. Print the EastEnders logo on a T-shirt. The opening of EastEnders with the Thames and the... No one had a clue what he was, apart from the teachers who all thought it was quite
That's a good get round on it. Yeah,
it's a good one. Yeah.
And he had a fish hat as well. That was
that's totally going to sell it. The fish hat.
Fish hat and an EastEnders T-shirt.
Now there's a takeout fish hat and an EastEnders T-shirt. There you go. Brilliant stuff. Right. Okay. Let's wrap it up there, Luke. It has been an absolute delight and a pleasure for you to join us on here. So
thank you
so much for spending your time. And absolutely, congratulations again on the story and winning the competition. Are you able to enter again? Can you do it again?
I don't know. I think
is that it now?
Banned.
I'm retired now.
Retired. But either way, I mean, I for one would certainly love to read more Doctor Who stories or any stories from you. So I really hope you carry on writing and you carry on coming out with these things, because I for one, you've got an avid fan right here, my friend. Hi, I'll even buy you your Funko Pop when it's out.
You're too kind, guys. Thank you very much, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant. And to all our listeners, thank you for listening. To our watchers, thank you for watching. This has been another Who Corner to Corner podcast, and we will see you next time for another show, whenever that might be. A week or so from now, actually, because it's next week, isn't it? I was trying to inject a bit of mystery and stuff, but
it didn't work.
It didn't work.